Hey, yes. So yesterday we were interested in this zone here. That was the one I marked out for you guys, and you can see that it got a beautiful reaction. Fortunately, I wasn't able to catch that exact reaction. I was looking for a bit of a retrace so I could jump in, because I was short from here. Um, so I was taking profit at that zone. So before I was going to close that short, I was looking ideally for more confirmation, but it just took off. The level was too good. Um, and that's exactly what we were looking for. We're still expecting this larger um, trend pullback, so the smaller time frames would have to shift bullish to facilitate that larger overall bearish trend. This is the one I'm talking about, of course. Ideally, get into this zone here, above the 0.5. We're expecting this movement to continue. May not happen, of course. A lot of factors come into play. So, just remain vigilant. Thankfully, yesterday I did see that London low was taken out during New York. I don't really trade New York, but I saw that was taken out later on in the day. Got me interested again. I was able to jump in along, and I was able to catch that into the highs again. So I did get the trade I was looking for. It just went around, or it just happened a different way, or later on. It's a bit of a tricky one today. You've got this higher region up here around the daily open that lines up with the TPO point of control, the volume point of control for the day also. There isn't a lot to go on right now. You're really just looking for scalps. Your bias is long, but you want to really see some, real intent. You're taking these highs out here with like a serious wick. This ran into a POC, a time POC. So yeah, there's not a lot to go on today. You still expect higher prices, but you should be careful with your positions and remain vigilant. I think NQ is probably a little more interesting. If NQ drops today, you've got this nice gap here. You've got the 618 of this overall move. You've got the liquidity down there. If you look at the TPO, you had a volume point of control there, a TPO point of control, VWAP close. So if you did come below there, definitely some areas you could look for potential long if you do get that kind of move. You see that kind of thing, that would be a nice long to take. You've also got Euro. Wrong one. There it is. So yesterday on the Euro, I pointed out to the group that you've got, well, obviously we've got these today, but let me just find what I was talking about. So we have broken the daily structure and are now expecting a pullback in the premium supply. You have daily breaker structure here, and you've got daily breaker structure here. So we've seen that supply has now taken control, and we're expecting a larger move down in this low to go. We're now seeing that on the lower time frames, on the 4 hour, that we've shifted bullish, and we're expecting a move into these higher regions. Okay, this was the pullback yesterday. You can see that once we had that pullback, we dropped into this zone here, which did see a bounce. So another bounce in this zone, and now we're seeing a bounce from this zone. So we look at the Euro chart, you can see here that this was the 4 hour supply demand that we were talking about. It took the liquidity from there, and since then you've had a little scalp long off that 15-minute, which have just been stopped out on my trailing take profit. No biggie. Issue you've got with Euro at the minute. Oh, yeah, this is your issue with Euro at the minute. This thing just won't die. Like, it keeps dropping below this larger range here. So this is the Dixie. You see this is a high time frame range. You can see that was the range high. It's dropped under there a couple of times now. This is the third time. Each time it gets a little bit deeper, but it managed to run up yesterday. It was probably news driven. So, it's just a tricky one. You have rejected that point of control there. This is one of the reasons I really like trading Forex that much, because there's just so many factors in the way it moves. Like, it's not overtly technical. It's not even as technical as something like the ES or the NQ, which is a bit crazy, but yeah, just be careful out there. There's a lot going on news wise, especially in this realm. I'm still looking for these higher prices on Bitcoin, to be honest. I think this is a very good sign of intent, especially since we're holding these regions now. See, we did run into these sort of high volume areas. If it does pull back, you get some potentially nice entries here on a retest of this range here. You can get a nice bounce out of that. We'll see. Just remain vigilant. Like I said, be very careful. Um, Everything can shift in an instant, and I think that'll probably do us. Yeah, stay safe. Thanks, guys.